Hey, good morning, everybody out there in Chester County, in Coatesville, and on my Facebook page. Coming to you live on a rainy Thursday as none other than me, Brother Fonz. And I'm telling you, I am so doggone excited about being here today because once again, I got a dynamite brother, and we're going to talk about some stuff that's going on and going down in Coatesville. But before I get started, now I know y'all not used to me being on at 10 in the morning. But we taking one for the team today. Isn't that right? Jenny.
Yes, that's
I
right.
got his name right, Lord. I want to thank you.
After all these years.
Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what to do, right? I need you. Oh, good. We're plugged in. Makita Marley, ladies and gentlemen. Makita must knew you was on. She don't even come on my show. Does she know that? Did you call her and tell her?
I didn't call her, but we got a psychic connection going on. That's my
Makeda, it is always good to see you. God bless you. Mark Ward, so you are a early watcher. I got to remember that, Mark, because normally my midday show is at 3 p.m. Look, don't forget to share this video because this is very important because there's some things that are happening in Coatesville, and this gentleman right here is one of the cogs in the wheel that's going to make this thing go. But first, I want to tell you a little bit why we're on. We are representatives of the Coatesville's Black Media Renaissance Project. Man, that sounds like something special, don't it? Because it is something special. All right, but look, check this out. So I'm going to give you the technical explanation about what this is and where it stems from and everything. And then we're going to get into the nuts and the bolts. We're going to get Mr. Livingston on here. We're going to talk about some stuff. So here goes. Now, y'all pay attention. I hope I don't start stuttering and slobbering or anything, but here we go. The Coatesville Black Media Renaissance idea was sparked by the social evidence of racial inequality that stemmed from the novel coronavirus, the economic downturn, and unjust criminal system. These societal issues recently exposed pervasive racism, with the virus disproportionately impacting African Americans and persistent police brutality that led to the death of yet another Black man, Mr. George Floyd. In March 2020, the Brandywine Health Foundation launched its healthcare and economic relief fund in response to the virus pandemic to meet the vulnerability index of Black and Brown communities in the greater Coatesville area. Additionally, during the 2018 and 19, the foundation led a community-driven strategic planning process of which equity is now the cornerstone of the 2020-2022 strategic plan. BHF proposes to build upon its community voice strategy to influence unjust media, systems, policies, and practices that continue to marginalize its residents. 3 promotional outlets will be used by the community to lift the Coatesville Black Media Renaissance efforts. An advocacy platform to engage local legislatures. Arts and culture will be used to permanently display the Black Expo throughout the city of Coatesville. An ongoing City Talk live stream Facebook conversations to engage grassroots audiences and local and mainstream media outlets. And before I get into a little bit further, I want to let you know who are some of the people that's behind this, that's really making this happen, because they really organized this thing and called us in to make us inclusive. We have Miss Vanessa Briggs. We have Kimberly Day Hardy. We have Sophia Hanson and Tammy Dally Blackman, who is the spearhead, is really putting us all together, keeping us organized. And we have the city manager, Mr. James Logan. So we have a powerful group behind us, and as planners, we're just trying to humbly serve and add and do whatever it is that we can do. But right now, no more talking about that. I want to introduce the viewers to this gentleman right here. Jenny, could you just introduce yourself and tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
A little bit. All right, I'll try to keep it in 30 seconds. Basically, I'm a New York born, but I consider myself a Coatesville native at this point because I've been out here for about 25 years or so. Basically, I consider myself a civil servant, making theater and serving the public through the arts. Those of you that are familiar with the Coatesville Cultural Society, where I was basically raised as an artist under the tutelage of Bob Jones and Danny Fruchter,
Yeah.
my mentors. So I'm an artist, and I consider myself a civically engaged, civic-minded young Black man, middle-aged Black man. I'm creeping up on middle age now.
Hey man, I gotta say amen to that because you are active, man. And look, I've been knowing you since you've been here, and yes, culturally and through the arts, you definitely. I think you built the cultural society, didn't you?
I was one of the pillars of it, but it was a group of us.
Yeah, sure it was. Okay, look. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out, Mr. Livingston, what's the purpose of Coatesville's Black Media Renaissance Project, and how did you become involved with it?
I came involved. James Logan and I had we talk frequently, so we had a conversation about this brainchild that Ms. Vanessa Briggs had, and he thought that I would be of value to it. So that's how I was introduced to it, and I see the purpose of it as, Miss Vanessa Briggs is doing a wonderful job. She's a thinker beyond our time.
Yes.
This is one of her brainchilds, and she, it's one of those napkin ideas that her and James was talking over, and she saw it as an answer to the time, right? And so that answer, as I see, is an opportunity for us to take responsibility for our representation. Often enough, we talk about this misrepresented community or this underserved community, and a lot of times there are forces from outside of the community intended to do good, to sort of help the community and rescue the community, but a lot of the voice doesn't come from inside of the community. So the purpose of the Black Media Renaissance, and one of the reasons why this idea is such a great idea, is because different people find various purposes and meanings that come from it. You and I might talk about it, and we'll see it in different ways. So the way that I see it is, it's a call. It's a call for us to take responsibility for writing our own story, for taking responsibility for our own narrative.
Oh man, I like that. Okay, so how do you think we can provide a platform whereby to address some of the inequities due to the virus, the criminal system, and stuff like that? How do you think we can provide a platform? What do you think it is that we can do? Okay,
well, what we can do is exactly what we've been doing, what we started off doing last year when we started meeting. Picking key people out of our community, bringing them together for this common cause, and sort of sparking this movement, sparking this reaction, sparking this communal responsibility and this communal movement towards these universal causes. Because really these problems that we speak of go beyond Coatesville, but we're affected by it deeply. So what Ms. Briggs did, and what the Brainline Health Foundation did was, and you, because you were a part of that, was you guys named some key people in our community, mostly artists, but and brought them together to sort of get this ball rolling, to sort of spark this movement. So we're going to have various platforms where we basically set our community on fire in this positive way.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. So I'm liking this. Now, when I think of Mr. Livingston here, I think of a think tank kind of guy, because I'm more like not a think tank. I'm more like bam, 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 bam. But you really dissect situations and you create a platform by which these situations can be addressed. Hey, Felicia, it's good to see you. Cynthia Dawn Erickson, it's always good to see you. Keep them flyers coming. Felicia McCain. So in the meetings, you brought up some scenarios by which you think it could help bridge the gap. Can you share some of the things that you shared with us as a team?
Absolutely. For me, it's extremely important for people to come together.
Mm-hmm.
In a healthy way. It's extremely important for people to come together. So I'm always thinking of ways to positively bring people together to address these issues, whether they're personal issues, whether they're societal issues, whether they're economical issues, political issues. So we have a form that we believe is a useful form for people to hear one another, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically cultivating listening. Because Franz, you have wonderful things to say, but if I'm only listening to you in order to get what I have to say out, I'm not really hearing what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And in our community, we have such a diverse, intelligent, wise group of elders, young people, and we don't really have a working mechanism to bring this diversity together within our community and to be able to give a voice to the beautifulness of our community, to the wisdom of our community, to the intelligence of our community, to the experiences of our community, and to turn that into a intelligible way to translate out to people that aren't familiar with our experiences. Often enough, our experiences come out in a way that cannot be heard by others, because we're so passionate about what we're going through and what we experience that, a lot of people hear it as something that they can come back to, So the Black Lives Movement, which is extremely important, has been translated into something that is negative. Or now, okay, let's have a Blue Lives Matter because we heard of Black Lives Matter. So my hope is to develop a way of us talking and a way of us listening that we really get to the essential necessities of why we're saying Black Lives Matter and why that need for us to say that is there, so that it's not misinterpreted and it's not misused in these other ways.
Man, you got me smiling over here, man. I'm hanging on your every word, man. I'm really liking what you're saying. And that gives me hope in regards to the initiative that we are undertaking. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think this is important for us to discuss these concerns on a large scale basis?
Well, what a lot of people are not acknowledging is that these issues affect us all. It's not really just a Black issue. It's not a poor people issue. It's not a Coatesville issue. This is an issue that not only affects our nation, but affects us as a species, right? So when we look at racism, most of the time it's looked at as something that Black people suffer. But the truth of the matter is we're all suffering from it. People of color and people not of color. And most times people not of color are suffering from racism more than Black people are. We're just sort of the brunt of it. But it's an illness that pervades us all. So it's important for us to come to the table and to really talk about these issues, to really get down to why racism exists, to really get down to why these killings are happening. Why does it exist? Why did it come about? Whose problem is it really? Is it really just Black people's problem? Is it really just a Coatesville problem? Or is it really a problem that is more global? So when we start to talk about it with some intelligence, when we start to take a lot of the emotion out of it and really start to put our minds to the cause of these problems and start to take it back and start to have some accountability, then there's an opportunity to really address some of these issues.
That's good. That's good. That's good stuff. And now for the viewers, the final culmination of what it is that we're going to be doing will we'll have a Black Expo that will prayerfully it'll permeate through our whole community. Um, I see you as one of the spearheads of this type of forum in regards to the racial uh, the racial situation. Is that where you see yourself uh, leading or being a part of? Because we have art, we have photographers, we got spoken word, we got people from different walks of life. We have diversity. Is that where you see your expertise will come into play at?
Well, Fonz, I'm a resourceful kind of guy, and I sort of try to get in where I can fit in
Uh
and try to be useful where I am.
huh.
I don't really need to be in front of the camera, which is one of the reasons why all these interviews that you had, I haven't been in them. I'm finally I'm finally now getting on there, but it's because there's something that I have to offer that I'm probably the only one that can say what I'm saying in the manner that I'm saying it. So I say all that to say um, theater is my forte. Right now, I'm in the home of Revival Productions, one of their dance studios, which I serve on the board of Revival Productions, and art and theater specifically um, is my trade. But I'm a community activist, right? So my role I see is to how can I contribute some healthy movements to our community. If I can do it through a performance, I'll do it through a performance. If I can do it through just a one-on-one conversation with one of my neighbors, I'll do it. If I can do it through shoveling or mowing somebody's grass, I'm gonna get in where I can fit in. In terms of the Black Media Renaissance, what we hope to do is we hope to start this movement. We hope that this expo is just a catalyst for us using art to bring to light and to process a lot of these social ills and also celebrate our culture in a way that we haven't been. And art is a beautiful vehicle for that. So I'm gonna get in where I fit in. If I need to sing, I'm gonna sing. If I need to, recite a little poetry, I'll do that.
I've heard you sing.
I'm an organizer. So I'm helping to organize and helping to pool that effort.
So now, is this something that we want the community to be involved with this? Am I correct?
Not only do we want the community to be involved in it, we want the community to take it on. We want the community to own it as theirs. We want them to say, this is our Black Expo. This is our art expo.
So now what I'm thinking is now I'm listening to you about the entertainment, and that sounds so intriguing. And for the viewers out there, arts and culture, we are strong and heavy in it. We have Shanina Deanna, who just finished her 10th exhibit down in Philly, the Embryo X exhibition. You got Teresa Marie, who everybody knows she's a photographer extraordinaire. We have a Jenny Livingston, who is a legend since he's been here. And I remember when you came here and you was with Mr. Fruckner and Bobby Jones. Come on, man. I'm telling you, we have some representatives that's out here that will bring us together to do collectively together. Go ahead.
DJ Jones, Pete.
Yeah, Pete Foster, DJ Jones. We got Heather Myers. I mean, we got a great group, but we are nothing without y'all guys out there. Right. We're just trying to get this little framework going together, and then we're going to reach out to you. In other words, because we got DJ Jones, it doesn't mean we can't have other DJs. Because we got Heather Myers, whose expertise is spoken word, doesn't mean we don't need other people that can do spoken word and poetry. This is collectively to include the whole 19320. The whole 19320. Now look, Brandywine Foundation is funding this thing. We ain't got to spend no money. Now we always sitting back crying, well, you know, they should have did this, we ought to do this, and how come we don't do? Here's your opportunity to put your pedal to the metal. Come on out and be that difference that we be wanting and looking for. Man, look, Jenny, myself, Tammy, Vanessa, we've been meeting doggone since last year. We're zooming it. We've been doing everything to try and make this thing work. The missing ingredient is y'all. Now we're going to give you a way to plug in, sign in, whatever. As soon as we get the marching orders from Ms. Briggs and the group on how to roll this thing out, we're going to do that. But all the way up until the expo, I will be playing this interview with Mr. Livingston. I will be playing all the planners' interviews over and over because I wanted to seep into your DNA so you know we are about it. We're not playing, we're serious, and we want you to come aboard because it's time. It's time. Hey, look, now let me see what else. I really don't have anything else to say, but look, do you have any parting words or comments you would like to leave with the viewers, man? Any words of encouragement, enlightenment, anything? Time's yours.
Well, I definitely want to encourage us to support our local businesses, to support our local artists, and most importantly, support your family members.
Hey, look, man, you heard it first. That's good stuff, man. This interview was well worth waiting for. We're going to have more as we come closer to the time for the Black Expo. A lot of people are asking me, well, when is it? I wish I had a definitive date, but I think it should be. I think it's going to be before August. So y'all just stay tuned. We're going to be putting flyers out, sign-up sheets. We're going to do whatever it takes to make you all be a part of this. Hey, Jenny, I want to thank you, man, for allowing me to just have this talk with you, man, for sparing some of your time, man. It's great working with you, man.
Same here.
And every time I'm around you, man, I feel like I'm deeper than I used to be, man. I'll be like, dang, I feel smart. Hey, look, everybody, have a great day. God bless you. Remember, Coatesville's rising. Whether you see it or not, it's rising. So look, I want you to have a great day. God bless and see you soon. Peace out.